Hey folks, what's going on? Welcome to Coach Gav Live, episode 51 with me, your host, Batman. No, not Batman. Coach Gav from Kildare Strength and Fitness. So, today's a pretty cool day. It is September 29th and it is our birthday. 3 years ago today, September 29th, 2014, I opened up what was then known as Hybrid Strength and Fitness over in Tokers in Naas, just outside of Newbury. And it was our first day we took clients in, first day we had sessions, first active day at the gym. So September 1st of that year, we began fit out. So I always celebrate September 1st, September 29th as the gym's two birthdays, as the days we kicked off then as well. So it's been an incredible 3 years, an awful lot of highs, an incredible amount of lows, a lot learned, a lot lost, a lot gained, and definitely delighted to still be doing it then as well. And that's quite strange where, bang the table. It's quite strange where you can, see the lesson in a loss. And, there was a lot of times over the 3 years where people around me, people who care for me, people who know me, people who have my best interests at heart, where they were like, look, you're really handcuffing yourself here in life. You're not living life. You're not healthy. You're not well. You look sick. You look ill. It's not really working. You need to do something about it. And they were right. Absolutely. They were right to an extent. And sometimes though, when things aren't working, when you need to do something about it, that doesn't necessarily mean stopping. That most likely means do it better, do it smarter, do it wiser. And 3 years down the line, I can absolutely say how we do things now is better, smarter, wiser, more efficient, more effective than how we used to do them. And as much as some of the early days were shit, and they were, there was no two ways about it, as great as it was having my own place, and all this potential impact I could make on my own life by impacting the lives of others, as much as that was great, there was still an awful lot of lows with it. There was an awful lot of kind of the reality of the financial struggle and the handcuff that put on life. And it's tough in the moment when things aren't going to plan to see the bigger picture of it all. And I always tell to our members here, my journey with building the business is the equivalent of their journey with their weight loss. I've never had a massive weight loss goal to drop weight, so I don't know exactly step for step what they're going through. But I know the struggle of having to consistently turn up day after day, giving your best, doing what's right, no matter how motivated or unmotivated you may feel about it then as well. So when I give you guys lessons and tips about when I relate to the business, I want you to try and relate to them to whatever goal you're struggling with then as well. So you may not be setting up your own gym, most of you watching this won't be, but that doesn't mean that the lesson doesn't apply. So it was full of highs and lows. And again, if the me of now went back to the me of then and said, would I do it again? I would. I absolutely would do it again. And yeah, sure, I would do it smarter, I would do it differently. But without the shite and hassle and bullshit and infant carry on that went on in the first few years, and without all the times I was lazy or I underperformed or I missed targets or I fell behind, without all that experiences, we wouldn't be where we are now. And the same is true for you. Without all the setbacks and the hurdles and the challenges you face on the road to achieving your goal, you won't get to the point you get to. So the hurdles you face are put in front of you to challenge you to rise above them, to become a better version of yourself, to overcome those challenges. The hurdles and challenges in your way aren't there to stop you, they're there to challenge you. They're there to say, hey, look, you want to get past this point here, you got to get over that goal. You got to show you're willing to do the work, to make the changes, to leave behind the old you that hasn't worked and overcome it and move on then as well. So again, a phrase I quite like is, what's gotten me this far won't get me any further. I have to act, live, train, think, live differently today than I did even yesterday and the day before and Tuesday and Monday. So every day getting that 1% better, getting that little bit smarter, that little bit more efficient, managing my time a little better, managing my resources better, being more effective with my time. You know, you're getting the members better results here in the gym then as well. So and so it's every single day. It's turning up. It's making that effort then as well. And you know, it's definitely, you're going to have to do the same. And that's tough at times to constantly be like, right, what's next? What's next? I'm not saying there's a drastic evolution. Like from January of this year to now, I can see a huge change across how I manage my day, how I manage the gym, how we train here then as well. Like even we're obviously Kildare Strength and Fitness now. At the start of the year, we were training for Warriors Kildare. And then we changed things up then as well, went to independent by ourselves. And so even like going back as far as January, KSF didn't exist. And then it was a case to say, okay, well, what's working, what's not working. And unfortunately, being an affiliate wasn't working for us. It wasn't for a number of reasons. And so I said, right, well, okay, well, look, I'll give it a go by ourselves then again. And that's kind of where you need to, you know, I'm quite fortunate where I've got people in my corner that can be very direct and borderline ruthless with me, where they give me straight to the point opinions. And that allows me then to look at things from a non-emotional point of view. Because when you remove emotion from a situation, you're only left with logic and facts. And you can't argue with logic and facts. And that's where a lot of people get upset, because logic and facts sometimes don't reflect well for us then as well. So like that, it's tough when it is your own business or when it is your own journey, and when you're trying to do it yourself and you feel you're giving your best. There's nothing worse than when you genuinely believe and you feel you're giving your best with your training or your nutrition or anything, and then you get told, okay, it's just, we need a little more. We need to do things a bit better, a bit different. It can be quite exacerbating. Yes, said it first time. And quite exhausting. And that's tough where you're coming in like this. Every day I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'd say there was maybe 4 different ways we tried to structure the gym in terms of who we appeal to, pricing, all these different elements. And again, a case of constantly having to change it. There was 5 times over the last 3 years, and a good few times more recently, where we did have to consider about just stopping altogether. And I suppose that's the thing we'll discuss to wrap up here is, when do you know to stop pursuing a goal? And I've always known in my gut that I was going to make this work. And it just took time. It just took peeling back all the layers. And just getting right down deep to the actual core of what I want to do, who I want to train. I don't sign up people just because they have a pulse and a wallet. I've turned away more people than I've signed up recently, and that's just because, you know, I'll know straight away. I'll know when I see them, when I talk to them. Okay, well, I'm not the right coach for you. This isn't the right place for you. We'll go somewhere else. And that might make no sense to some of you, but it makes every sense to me. And that's all it needs to do. And you're going to do things that will make no sense to people that are near you, but they'll make perfect sense to you yourself. And that's what you need to do. You need to do, like, Freya is my number one. Like, she is the driving force behind so much of what I do. But I still need to look after myself. I still need to have my best interests at heart, much like you do too. You will have friends and families and commitments that you need to obviously follow through on. But if you're not looking after yourself as best you can, you're going to fall short in those commitments no matter how hard you try, no matter how good your intentions are. So, I mean, you should stop pursuing a goal. You know, I promised myself December 1st last year that by the time I'm 31, if the gym doesn't get to X point, I'd close it down. And I'm extremely happy to be able to say that thankfully we're not at that point anymore, that we are a lot closer to that goal. And that's going to happen, where there's going to be, it's been more of a struggle than success the last 3 years, make no mistake about it. And there's going to be a few of you guys watching this that have been members here, and you guys know what the deal is. For friends or family watching this, people who are there from the start. You know what we've gone through, you know the struggle, you know the hassle. And it is, at the end of the day, ultimately it's my road to walk, much like your journey is your road to walk too. And only you can do it. Like, I've been given some of the best advice from some of the best coaches around the world. And sometimes I've acted on it. And sometimes I've acted on it and it's worked. Other times I've not acted on it and that's never going to work. Sometimes I've half-arsed it and that's just gone completely tits up. So ultimately what I'm getting at is that if there's something you truly want to go and do, if you truly want to change your health, your physique, your lifestyle, your health, how you view things, you know, how your point of view on life, your mindset on life, if you're sick of being around negative people, if you're sick of being around all this kind of bullshit, you do have the ability to change it. It may mean ignoring certain people, it may mean stop doing certain things or stop going certain ways, but without sacrifice, there can be no success. Okay? And with no struggle, there's no strength. So these are all things that, you know, I could eat, if I wanted an easier, like, I love my life. It's not easy, but I love it. If I wanted an easier life, I would close down the gym, I would go get a normal 40-hour job in any standard gym around here. I'd have a steady income, I'd have way less overheads, I'd have way less stress. I'd also have way less impact on people's lives. I'd also have a knot in my gut, probably the size of a football, because I'd have that desire, that urge to go and do it. And that's where you're going to be for yourself. You will know if you're truly capable of doing something. Show that resolve, show that determination, show that dedication. I'm not saying it's going to take you 3 years like it's taken me with the gym, but you need to be consistent every single day. You need that flexibility in your approach so that when you have an off day, it's an off day and you don't go burn everything to the ground then as well. You need to surround yourself with better quality people. You need to spend your time doing shit that helps you get better. Read more books. Stop watching bullshit TV as much. You know, go find a coach. Go study up on what you need to do. You need to be honest and reasonably ruthless with yourself. You need to know when are you putting in the right amount of effort, when are you just skirting by and when are you kind of faking it. You need to be tough enough on yourself at sometimes, but also have that level of understanding where you can be like, okay, I'm not going to be unreasonable. I'm not going to be reckless. And it's tough, you know, because you're going to do things that the popular crowd, that the people that you're around, and the people that you love won't fully understand. But again, it comes down to, well, okay, well, you know, if that's a sacrifice you're willing to make and it's the road you're wanting to go down on, then so be it. So I will wrap up this episode with I suppose a very obvious thanks. A thank you to every single person who has ever set foot in hybrid strength of fitness, TFW hybrid, TFW Kildare, or Kildare strength of fitness. Yeah, we've had 4 names in 3 years. So my thanks to anyone. To those who have come and stayed, a huge thanks. To those who have come and stayed for a little bit, thank you. To those who have come, stayed for a bit, and then fucked off, thank you too. Because for those of you who have applied to join but not followed through it, thank you too. Because without all those experiences, without all those people, without all those interactions, we don't learn, we don't grow, we don't improve as we go along. There's a lot of people I'm going to thank individually in private, because that's how you do important shit. And there's people out there that you guys know, you've been a huge help. Obviously, my family. There's probably not enough thanks in the world for my family. For all the support over the last 3 years. I know it's been as much of a struggle for you guys as it has been for me at times. For, you know, Freya for pushing me. Obviously she doesn't know that she's doing it. For Emily, who put up with all the shit at the start, and for Jimmy, Noel helping me fit out the place, for Brian fitting me out the place as well, for Jay for covering me when I needed time off and that kind of stuff. And again, yeah, ultimately it comes down to anyone who's had any interaction, for all the people that have shown support, for all the people that have not supported us, for all the people who have been proactively trying to piss on us. Yeah, thanks for it all, because all of it makes us stronger. So, and you know, it's been it's been great. You know, it's been great knowing that we are the perfect fit for some people, and it's been great knowing that we're not a fit remotely for some people. It saves us wasting their time and our time and everything as well. So thank you. And here is to hopefully another 33 more years of being open and pissing people off, making people happy, helping them lose weight, helping change lives. Take it easy. Thank you so much. God bless. I'll talk to you later.